the flood situation seems to have got worse, and maybe worse things will come, because we have seen that at each point where the government or the Bangkok government were trying to block the flow of water for a few hours, few days, then the embankment collapsed. And now it seems that the call for special power for the government to be used to at least to streamline the anti-flood operations is getting louder and louder, right?
Yes, and surprisingly, one of the calls for that has come from the opposition leader, Kun Abhisit Vejjajiva. The last person you would expect to make such a call.
Yes.
And given the fact that the Bangkok administration and the government don't seem to be singing the same tune at the moment.
Yes.
And Kun Abhisit has come out to say that maybe this is time to increase the power of the flood center. This is very interesting.
But the special powers mean that they can make prompt decisions, they can start zoning areas, they can tell people what to do, they can order curfews.
Kun Abhisit did say that this would empower the government to handle local conflicts more effectively.
What are some of the conflicts now?
Well, we heard about people using guns, when they go to the flood barriers and they want it to open or to be closed, they use the guns to try to impose their views.
Yes.
And also we heard a lot of stories about villagers protesting.
Yeah.
And to try to block some government measures in their areas. So we keep hearing this kind of story.
Well, because the frustrations and the level of stress are getting higher.
Yes.
Because a lot of areas are badly flooded, and some areas are not flooded. So people living in the flooded areas are saying it's unfair for them to have to bear the special burden or to bear the brunt of the flooding. That's because the government or relief officials are not able to explain to the villagers, to the angry villagers, that you have to save part of Bangkok so that the capital can remain in operation. Otherwise, if Bangkok is also flooded, badly flooded, then the center of operations will not be able to help the rest of the country.
Yes, and the key thing is, like you said, to streamline the decision-making process of this, the government and the BMA, which is also, we have seen quite contradictory steps being made by the two agencies.
Yeah.
We should not call it two agencies, but it is what happening. But of course, I mean, we admit that it's a controversial idea to declare emergency decree.
Okay, that means they're giving power to the government, the prime minister, or the armed forces.
It could mean we will have soldiers guarding the flood barriers. We can have, we could even have news blackout. We can also have.
They can do anything.
They can do anything.
Yeah, but it's controversial. But it may be necessary to really put a stop to some possible damaging incidents, and to to make sure the government, the Bangkok government, and all the officials, all the agencies concerned work along the same line.
One thing that it is important is that it is not politics. When we talk about emergency decree, people think about politics. So the idea of having soldiers coming out with guns and controlling people, that is undemocratic when critics are concerned.
Yeah.
But to me, Kun Yingluck has no luxury to like the critics who can think about democracy. Kun Yingluck cannot think about democracy because democracy empowers her to be undemocratic.
Yeah.
Because everything that she can do under the law of Thailand is democratic.
But this is abnormal situation.
Really abnormal. And if we talk about bad scenarios stemming from state of emergency, it's like, you tell the comatose patient that you will have your chest cut open and then they will remove your heart, and all these scary things and without telling the ultimate outcome, whether which is the survival of the patient.
Well, I think the pressure is getting higher for the Prime Minister to have to exercise special powers to make sure that the level of damage and the sufferings of the people will be confined to certain areas. I don't think she has too many choices. She will have to choose the most effective and the most decisive way